running back route found in the play red zone scissors is one of the most difficult to defend routes in all of Madden 22. Whether you play zone, man, or match style coverage, this is a route that constantly feels like it's open on the sideline for a gain of 15 to 20. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to create a makeshift red zone scissors route from any formation, and all you need is the ability to have the hot route master at your quarterback position. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to create your own red zone scissors route. Now, if you don't know what the red zone scissors route is, this is the route that is found in a number of different offensive formations in a number of different offensive playbooks, where the running back runs a corner route out of the backfield and gets into a really tender area of the field. So I'm going to show this to you out of the gun normal Y off close, but this is found in a ton of different formations across this game. If you take a look at the tight Y off, this is a very, very meta formation. You see the red zone scissors route is there as well. And it's also found in a variety of other formations. If you take a look here, this is the New York Giants offense. You can see this play mesh halfback corner has this exact route. And the issue with this route is that it is really, really difficult to defend no matter what type of coverage you're in. So I'm going to show you in particular, match coverage is really what gets diced up by this. You basically just snap this ball and no one guards it, and it gets wide open. This could be a touchdown if you call match coverage, and it actually gets into a really, really good spot if you call zone in general. So let me show you here. I'm going to check into a cover 3 and you'll see exactly what I mean. If you just understand that this is your corner route that is basically always open as it pertains to flooding zone, gets into a really, really good spot here on the sideline that's just wide open. So a lot of players use this as a crutch route. This is a third down and long route that a lot of players will run out of a variety of different formations, and you have to kind of be on your on your toes to defend this. So let's go ahead and talk about here how to create your own red zone scissors route. And the way that we're going to do this here is by using a formation. It could be either single back or it can be a shotgun style set. The rule of thumb is that you need the quarterback to have the hot route master, and you need the ability to have the running back motioned into a spot where he gets slot receiver routes. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to you out of a formation that will allow me to motion my running back out. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and choose, let's go ahead and choose like the single back doubles. And I'm going to go ahead and run it flipped, and we'll just go ahead and call kind of like a match coverage, right? So what we're going to do here with this concept is we're going to put this running back in motion so he goes out to the slot just momentarily to create an empty set. Then we're going to use the hot route master to give us those extra routes on that running back in the slot, which are the cross, the corner, the post, and the stop and go. For this, we're going to use the cross, and we're going to motion him back into the backfield. And what you're going to notice is that this route does not change into a different route when you do this particular tactic. So once you've done this, you're going to be able to snap the football. He's going to run his route out of the backfield, and then he should get into the corner, right? Now, right there, he took a little bit of time to get into his route. That's not going to happen all the time. Some of you are going to prefer to do this out of the shotgun, which I'm going to show you guys momentarily. But again, all you do is motion this player out into the slot, give him that crossing route, and then motion him back into the backfield. Again, certain defensive formations may result in, your running back kind of getting caught up in the line of scrimmage. That happens in every offense in Madden. But in general, when this guy gets through the line, it's actually so great. You see right here, he's getting hung up big time. But again, you see here how he just beats his man, and you could throw that pretty routinely. Obviously, the quicker he gets out into his route, the better the route is going to be for you here. So let me go ahead and run this one more time here. Hopefully he doesn't get caught up in the line. You guys know how it goes. Sometimes you run your ins and your outs out of the backfield, and your running back just never gets into his route, especially those of you that run bunch. But here we should see a better result. Here he goes, snap the ball. There he goes, runs his route, and then he beats his man to the corner. If you guys have that backfield mismatch, he'll light up and get separation against the linebacker on this. This is just Fournette, and he's running away very, very well from his man. So something that you can do pretty easily against this. If you guys are enjoying this free YouTube content, I would strongly urge you to go over to my strategy website. GridironGamePlans.gg is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active, and access to our Discord server, where every single Wednesday we have a live lab session covering the week's vault content and any questions you guys have about Madden. So make sure you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Again, if you understand kind of your match rules as well, you might be able to manipulate some of this. So if you motion Fournette into the backfield here and you want to isolate him, against that backside player, you might go ahead and just kind of run something like this that can get that backside linebacker to be the one that's covering him. And maybe that's a little bit of extra distance for him to travel. And you see right here how that behaves. You could get him into a spot where that's pretty good as well for you to get that catch. So if you don't like that three rec hook following you, it just gives you the opportunity to do it that way. Now let's go ahead and show this to you out of a shotgun style formation. With a shotgun style formation, you're going to obviously still want to call a set that allows you to motion him out to the slot, and then get that route. So let's go ahead here and kind of we'll just stay in match here right now. And we'll do this out of like the tray open. So right here, I motion Giovanni Bernard out to the slot. I give him his crossing route. I motion him back. Now you can go ahead and snap the ball right here from this spot. If you wanted to float him to the other side, that's up to you, but you'll notice that the crossing route switches sides. So pay attention to the fact that if you do float your running back, especially when you're in a shotgun set, that he is going to obviously run to the short side. Now that's not a bad thing, as I mentioned here, because you could go ahead and do something kind of crazy like this and then run him over the middle, in which case you see right there that he gets open. That was a missed throw, fearless and accurate. I don't know why I said fearless and accurate, but obviously, you could run this either side. It's up to you, but let's go ahead and show you again here. Giovanni Bernard on the crosser. Let's this time run him through the line and try to get him into his route running to the wide side of the field. So again, you could kind of run your concept like this, kind of run off the coverage. There's Bernard on the crosser, and then he just fries his guy running to the corner, and you're able to obviously pick up a one-play score. That's against match coverage. But again, as you kind of run through this, I've mentioned that this is something that does beat zone as well. So let's go ahead and back this up just a little bit and kind of show you guys how to flood zone coverage with it. So naturally, we understand that if your opponent is in, like, let's say a cover 3, right? You could go ahead and do this concept, motion your guy out, put him on the crosser, motion him back. And then depending on what your opponent is in, obviously you can kind of do whatever you want. This gives you the ability to kind of run like a little crossing route to Gronk that hopefully they'll guard that going across the field. And then hopefully they don't pay attention to the fact that the running back is getting open. And you see right there that Chandler Jones actually freaked out on us right there and sacked us. Let's go ahead and run that one more time. But again, with this particular concept, what's great about it is, you can set up all your traditional crossing route meta plays that you traditionally like. So, you do something like this. Obviously they're going to have to pay attention to Godwin being open across the field, but then also you got this quick running back route that breaks over the middle and gets, into this sideline area pretty well. You see right there that we threw this from our 40 all the way to the other 30, which is, air yardage of 30 yards. So that's actually max zone drop depth. Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. If somebody's playing their zone drop set to 30, that is something that they might be able to guard, but also keep in mind that that's the running back that they're defending on that. So that's huge that they have to set a zone drop simply for the running back. That's going to allow you to really manipulate some of your underneath stuff. So what I'm talking about here is, maybe you have like your little baby hitch, a runoff route. You're going to have options. If somebody's going to be on this, they might have to, give up something else, which is great. So, when your opponent's in that cover 3, if they want to, shade their coverage up to get that guy out of there, they might end up giving up that check down. So, in order to guard that Y route, they end up giving up that hitch underneath, which I understand we don't have zone drops in practice mode. But, in this situation, you would end up with this guy right here that's in this 30-yard blue, not driving back on that hitch. So in this situation, if this guy is all the way back underneath at 30, you could throw the check down pretty easily here. So the ability to throw this route to your running back of all people and pick up massive yardage allows you to actually use your wide receivers on the check down in the quick game a little bit better, which is really, really cool. The other thing that's nice about this as well is that if your opponent likes to blitz you, this is going to be beneficial for you as well as a quick beater over the middle, very similar to like a Texas route or something like that. It's just something that goes through the line, gives you a check down option that can get the ball pretty quickly. So, you know, as it pertains to like a pinch two meta, we'll stay right in that tray open. You know, for instance, if your opponent is running this, they're probably sitting out over here, right? Well, you could do all your damage with your trip side receivers to get their attention. And then, you know, you're going to be able to throw that check down to the running back underneath of that user. So as you kind of imagine here, you know, the user has to kind of sit underneath the seam. So he's got that to worry about. He's obviously got the crossing route to worry about as well. So as it pertains to this user, he's kind of going to be hanging out in that Gronk or using the release of Godwin off the line from that spot. And if you really see that, you know, immediately out of the backfield, you know, that's going to be really beneficial. So right here, I reset my zone so he's in a vert hook. You know, if he's just kind of hanging out in that spot, you know, this is going to allow you to kind of get the ball out relatively quickly. So, you know, you do something like this, for instance, you know, you snap this ball and, you know, you throw this ball, boom, right here. And that, you know, that kind of works like a Texas route as well. So, you know, that in that out route meta where they just dump it quick to the running back, you can use this route over the middle just like you would an in route. But the thing is it's quick over the middle, just like the in route is. But if you don't get pressured, you can just let it keep running and it's going to get you 20 to 30 on the sideline, which is a little bit better than the in route. So it gives you utility against the blitz as a quick pass option, but it's actually better for chunk yardage than an in route is. So hopefully you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. This isn't the only thing you could do with this trick, to be honest with you. If you start to choose some other sets, you know, one that comes to mind for me is like some of these sets that have an empty side. You could do some really crazy stuff with this. So, you know, this is just kind of introductory level tips. You know, now he's got outside routes. So you got these C routes, you got the fade stop, you've got post routes, post corner routes. I mean, talk about a post route. You can motion this guy into the backfield on a skinny post out of the backfield. So, you know, this is pretty nuts, hopefully you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, make sure you guys drop those below. Always like to hear what you guys are thinking here. You know, here you go, check out the skinny post. I mean, this is just, you know, that's pretty nuts, right? The fact that you can run that route out of the backfield. So, you know, have fun with this concept. It works out of slot routes or outside receiver routes. Hope you guys liked today's video. We'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.